Welcome to Chancla Talk, where we talk about movies, shows, games, and geeky topics that strike our interests. And for this week, we have space and everything related to space. So we talk about movies, shows, upcoming games. Actually, no movies, just a show. And we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Artemis launch, which is really exciting.
Yes.
With us, we have Grotesque, which is our team captain. We have Lilirose and myself, Grumpy. So, question for you guys. How long, when we meet together, how long before we hit the topic of space you think it is? We
It's
love
like
the
immediately.
topic. Immediately. As soon as we hit each other, we start talking about space.
Yep. Always.
Yeah. Is it movies? Yeah. Could be anything. Movies,
Launches.
shows,
Yeah.
launches. Yeah. We geek out completely. Grotesque is a big fan of Star Trek,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Big fan.
I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. And I think Lily Rose is a big fan of both.
I think so. I think she's neutral. She's in the middle of everything.
She's in the middle, right? She's passionate. Yeah, that way. No. So what sparked this conversation for this week is the upcoming Artemis launch,
Yes.
right? Y para esos que no sepan qué es, it's the US building again a rocket that is capable of taking people to the moon and even beyond later on. But right now it's to the moon.
Yes.
So you might ask yourself, what is the difference between this one and the shuttle? Well, the shuttle can only take us to low Earth orbit. So it could just launch us and put us right here next to our home. The big rocket, the Artemis, could launch us to the SLS, which is a Space Launch System rocket. Artemis's mission to the moon.
Yeah.
Has enough power to launch us into an orbit to the moon. So it's really exciting. I think it's scheduled for what, Monday, is it?
Yeah, it got rescheduled for Monday.
Got rescheduled for Monday due to issues something leaking, right?
Yeah, both days they've had leakage of something. I think there were two different things, but it happened on both times. So I'm really hoping on Monday it will happen. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. I hope it happens and it doesn't, something bad happens. At least it's not manned mission. It's going to be dummies. It's going to be launching
But still, like the whole
module around. Yep.
It would just like backtrack so much if something happens. And the budget also that's been put into this, which is not like, it's not saying like SpaceX, they have like their own thing. They rely on the government, and it sucks.
Yep. It's been getting a lot of complaints, like being an overpriced, project. So you might ask yourself, ¿por qué que estamos launching to the moon directly, entiende? And not testing it como hace SpaceX. And the reason is que this rocket has been already tested in a way. Tiene todas las partes que tiene are parts del Saturn V, are parts del shuttle. It's just made differently, pero son partes que have already been tested. So the ship, the space launch vehicle should launch just fine because everything's been tested individually.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So that's theory. Right now it's overpriced. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it works. Everything good.
Who's in charge of this project?
This is a government project, so it'll be NASA.
NASA.
Okay.
Right. So the difference between you can tell the difference, right? Tu ves el rocket is like, it looks like an old school rocket.
Yes.
But tu ves a SpaceX Starship.
All like.
Is supposed to take us to Mars. It's a huge difference. That's a completely different.
I don't know if I'm correct, but like, I think they're gonna bring in SpaceX, to help on something for the third Artemis project.
So SpaceX won the contract for the lunar lander.
Okay.
So they'll be providing. So this mission has the module that will go orbit the moon. So for the third mission, SpaceX will be providing the landing module, que es lo que actually lands on the moon.
Okay, yeah.
So it docks with this thing on orbit on the moon. The astronauts transfer over to the lunar lander, and then the lunar lander lands.
Okay.
And it brings them up again out of the surface.
And by the way, we have the picture here if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, tíralo ahí.
But first, let's say hi to Darfur there and El Catador de
Oh,
Pizza.
Darfur.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Está Darfur dice Team Lily. So it seems like everybody likes Lily's neutrality.
Yeah, it's neutral. I think we are a little bit in everything, but she's very neutral. She does not like me that I go off on one side. Definitely not like grumpy. He likes to be chaotic. But yes.
Yep.
But yeah, here's the image.
Quiero la image que se parece un revolú, pero
it's a good revolú.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's a 3-stage rocket at this point, right? Meaning it's in 3 different stages que pushes the rocket out. And the size of this thing is massive, right?
Yes.
Yo creo que más grande era, well, Saturn V is still the biggest one que había. But this is like a clues right there, almost second.
It's going to be huge. Yeah, it's huge. So.
Yeah, ahí está la image en el chat. And then, sorry, in the stream.
Yeah, so they
yeah,
you want to go over what's happening or what's going to happen?
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean,
I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, but no quiero explicar every single step, pero you can see there that the different stages of, the launch vehicle all the way to the module itself, and then separation between the third stage and the module before it goes in, is captured by the orbit on the moon. Now, the interesting part about this mission is that also it has 10 CubeSats on board.
Yes.
So once it reaches like close to the moon, it'll release 10 satellites that will help different universities or whatever study the surface of the moon for further exploration. So many of you might be asking, ¿cuál es el punto? Entienden, going back to the moon. And the whole thing is going back to the whole cislunar, economy and infrastructure.
Yeah.
So every country now is trying to go to the moon because there's resources on the poles. And then there's water, and then other minerals that are so important. So the theory is, right, el punto es que once we go to the moon, we can then from there stage for other planets.
Yes.
So there'll be like a stopping point, a fueling point.
A fueling point, exactly.
Yeah, because it's a lot more difficult to escape the orbit and the atmosphere of the Earth que salir de moon. Mucho más cheap allá. So we spend all the fuel, go over there, refuel, and from there we can launch to other planets.
Yep. So interesting.
So it's so interesting, right? So yeah, so we have other countries too also trying to get to the poles.
Yes.
Especially to that water. Because with water, it's composed of H2O, which is hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is a fuel, and oxygen as a fuel for us to survive too. So
do you think it's going to become like valuable. Like kind of weird when they all like? I know like China was trying to get their like like it becomes like a territory thing. Do you think it's going to be like that?
That is the biggest concern right now. And there's no policy out there to establish how we share resources and how we work with each other over there. In Earth, we have plenty of policies to say who has authority, who doesn't. But we don't have any authority in space. So it could be very contentious, especially since I think this is predicted to increase to 20 from what it is now, like just a couple $1 billion economy to $1 to $3 trillion economy.
Yeah.
in about 20, 30 years, ¿entiendes? So it's like resources matter.
It does.
And whoever gets to that point, to the moon, ¿entiendes? Establishes sort of the norm, operating norm. So that's a competition. Is who gets there first and gets to establish the rules and who does what and how.
Yeah.
And so the next economy will be the space economy, and the moon has a huge part of it, especially moving forward.
Super
So
interesting.
that's a huge thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Y si piensas bien, entiendes, this is like a huge shift. If we start placing humans on the
That's,
moon and we put it as a
I
staging point,
know. That's
it needs all the
crazy.
things we need here in space.
Uh-huh.
All the architecture, all the infrastructure, all the things we need, even creature comforts. And then we're talking about a huge economy to explode. And estamos un poquito ahead of it right now, pero aquí 30, 60 años, we're looking at a booming economy. It's going to be
No, for real.
huge. Yeah, massive.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all this to say, right, a lot of the things we do are sort of inspired by the science fiction we watch and we play games.
Yes.
Then that's like, look at the SpaceX landing vehicles. Then launch systems that come back and land again. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
But it's science fiction. So, in order to honor our science fiction, let's talk about Andor, this new Star Wars show.
Yes.
I hope that was a clean transition.
It works. We had a full geek out and then be like, hey guys, Andor.
Yeah. Andor. Which, by the way, te decir la verdad, it's like one of my favorite Star Wars movies is the Rogue One.
Rogue One is amazing. I
adored
it.
It's so different from the other ones.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I think that is my favorite from the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. It's right there on the top.
But why? Why is it so good though?
It's, I don't know.
The
For
last
me,
scene with Darth Vader was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, the Darth Vader scene was amazing, right? It brought Darth Vader back to the fans.
So Andor is like the beginning of what the rebellion came to be, or I didn't really check this out very much, but it's what I think.
Looking at the trailers and what I've seen, I think it is, right? It is the beginning of like rebellion before there's a strong rebellion fighting back. It seems like there's a group of people working in the shadows, sort of organizing and talking. So this is about that, I think, which will be exciting, right? Because it's the most realistic part of any rebellion is the conspiring.
The conspiring and the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this.
And that's what, and that's what I like about this, the Rogue One and this one's. I'm pretty sure it's the most realistic ones, right? A blaster will kill you. In other movies, the blaster is just like a background noise.
Yes.
Right? This is
it's so true. But yeah, Darfur says that poster got me hyped. I haven't seen the trailer or the like.
Oh yes, it's amazing. Y el actor también, Diego Luna.
Oh yeah.
I love the actor. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, super hyped about this. And this is comes out on September 21, right? Yes.
Yep.
On Disney Plus.
Super excited.
So, estoy super excited. That's a feeling. Watching a trailer, that's a feeling como que te da como el World War II, ¿entiendes? Like Nazi regime and people like trying to undermine it with it. And it's like a lot. You can feel the empire.
Right.
It's an evil empire. You can feel like there's some dissent within and people are trying to maneuver themselves.
Yes.
¿Entiendes? Against it, but they can't find it away. This one gives like the best feel of that feeling.
I agree.
Yeah.
So yes, coming in September 21st. I'm super excited for that one.
So am I.
Yep.
So
And
what else you want to talk about? Star Wars related before we move on.
Star Wars related? No, I think this is it, right? There's a few other projects.
You can let it out.
I think we should touch. I love Star Wars. You combine Star Wars con Diego Luna. Ooh.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
No, pero ese poster, yeah, like I agree with Dorothy. Ese poster está brutal. Got me really excited.
Oh, yeah. It looks amazing.
And I can't quote him directly, but the line that he gives in the trailer, where he's like, like talking about like how like that he's infiltrated their house and they would never even imagine it or see it, like it's like, I don't know. I just like that line, like how
Oh, yeah, I really
it's
like
like saying
that.
like they're so prideful and cocky, that they would never think that somebody could bring their demise about it.
Yeah, it brings like the Star Wars to reality, right? Because
Yes.
it's something we do here.
Exactly.
The same thing. It's very humanizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Nosotros somos como un prince and prince. Yeah, very
Yes.
relatable. We're on the ground and there's an empire. From the other movies, you get the perspective, the up-down perspective.
Yes.
¿Entiendes? Like people are suffering, but it's fine. I got a lightsaber. I can destroy this gigantic ship.
Exactly.
In esta, como you're looking up, you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
You feel small. You feel oppressed.
But this
Exactly.
is before A New Hope, so are there even lightsabers? I mean,
well, there's a period called they already eliminated. At this point, they already executed Order 66. ¿Entiendes? So the Jedi have been kind of gone and hiding before. So no one kind of has seen the Jedi. They're not very prevalent at this point. Yeah, it exists. It existed before, as in represented in episodes 1, 2, 3. ¿Entiendes? Y después comes back again con Luke y eso. Pero en este period está como que they're kind of hiding, and there's like other things happening in the background, but they're not as prevalent.
Okay.
Como ahora. So it's basically just blasters at this point.
Blasters, yeah.
And then a few weird guys with lightsabers and no one knows what they're doing. Yeah.
What's up with those guys?
These guys with the light sticks. I don't know what they're doing. So, talking about that, I know there's a few upcoming games coming up.
Oh, yes.
It's also space related.
Oh, yeah.
And we love space here. So, one I think I'm pretty sure everybody has heard is Starfield.
Yep.
Now, there's
really geeked out about that one.
Right?
I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah. But it's only going to be coming to Xbox and PC. So.
Yes.
But it goes straight to the Game Pass, which I'm
Yes,
happy
I'm
about.
very excited.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to be able to play this day one, right?
Yeah.
Which is
But it's like
it just says
from the
2023. It doesn't have like a specific.
It's like from the creators of like Elder Scroll and Skyrim
Yes.
and Fallout 4. So, I mean, I love all those games. So I'm like, and now I have an open world space game.
Right.
So it's like, oh yes, I'm very excited.
I'm super excited.
Universe
and you can do like a whole bunch of stuff, which is like
you could join with space pirates. And...
Yeah, it's like more like you also. It's not just like exploring, and apparently it's about like you're exploring to seek out some artifacts and stuff throughout the galaxy, but like other than just gathering resources and stuff like that, you also have like the shooting aspect of like there's pirates in space, you're shooting, there's also like customizing your spaceship, like really customized. I saw that, I was impressed. Like you can customize everything and you can actually use it for like battling combat, which was really cool. It's a huge game. And if I'm not
and the art is amazing.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 25 years in the making of that game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, what? I was like, did I read that
right? So yeah, that's.
But yeah, it
looks really cool.
It seems amazing. And the release date is 2023. I don't think we don't have an exact. Yeah. They don't have an exact.
They might even
date
push
for
it back,
that,
but I hope not.
Is it 23?
Yeah.
That was November. Did they push it back for?
It's already been pushed back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So yeah, no, I love it. It
huge.
has a lot of flexibility. I hope they incorporate a multiplayer. At this point, they're saying just single player,
Yeah.
but I feel like a multiplayer will really like take this game to the next
Right.
level.
Something like this huge to like interact with other players would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I would love the idea of cruising through space with all of us on ship
oh my
doing
god,
different things,
yes. Imagine the
like a
Geekouts.
sea of thieves in space. Oh
That
We
would be
wouldn't play any other thing on stream ever.
no, this is just space. Yeah, we're space pirates now. Team Chancla space pirates.
Yes.
Interstellar soundtrack in the background.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
um
So the other game that I'm excited about,
Mhm.
and I think people who are more, fans of space, eso, is Kerbal Space Program. That has been on the works for
Yeah.
casi 3 years, about to release. And so I'm hoping at the 2023 is the last one. But they pushed back the date like few times, como 2, 3 times.
Oh really?
Yeah, that one also has. Yeah, it just has an early 2023 release date also. But that one's going to be coming out also to PS5, Xbox, and PC. That one's will be on all the major.
Honestly, I didn't even know this existed. I don't know where I
Really,
was.
it's a fun game.
It's more like a simulation kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more you get to like kind of test out and put together like different parts of a rocket, try to build your own rocket, and then try to launch successfully into space.
Yeah.
And I never made it like to a planet or anything, but apparently, like if you get there, you can. Well, I know with the second game, like you're going to be able like to set up your colony,
Oh
and
yeah, that's what I
that's also
saw.
going to be like trial and error, like trying to see what kind of fuels to use and
Did the
like what resources you require to actually
that's
make it
that's
work.
really awesome.
So it takes time because I played Kerbal Space Program 1, the first
Yeah.
one, and it took me like a good 12 hours to figure out how to reach orbit.
Really?
That was just, yeah. Pero the good thing is about space, the first one,
Yeah.
they give you like tutorial on all the physics because son very
Oh,
close to
that's
the real
so
physics.
cool. I didn't know that.
So you learn so much about orbits and how to deorbit and increase your orbits, or build your rockets here. So because everything is so closely related to the real thing.
I honestly didn't know about
Yeah.
this. That's so cool.
So
It is, and the little characters are so cute in it. The little,
Oh yeah, you can
yeah,
you can
super.
it has
cute.
like a multiplayer kind of thing, right? On
I
this
think
one?
so. I think this one and the 2. Yeah, the first one doesn't have it,
Yeah, it has
but I think the
like
2 may
little
have a
little
multiplayer
alien
function.
guys there.
Yeah. Yes. My little guy died a bunch of times.
Oh no.
It was still fun.
I think once I landed on the moon and I got really excited. Like I ran around the house telling my kids, "Hey, I made it," and no one gave a shit, but I was happy.
Looking at you like,
No one really cared. Yeah, it's like I made it, guys.
good for you. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Kids.
I think we have some comments, right?
Yes, let's go back over here. It says, honestly, I'm keeping my expectations low for this one. Wait,
yeah,
it
I
took
think
it
he's
out.
referring to Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield. It looks amazing, but yeah,
But
it's like most
that's
games.
true.
Like I usually, and I don't know. We'll see. I usually keep my expectations low, but I'm always very open minded to like let's see what happens because there's always something good in games, no matter what. Sometimes they might be crappy.
But usually, like with these type of games, it's more like also like I guess if you just connect to it because I
Yeah.
mean they're kind of made for you to make your own story through it, like, for
Yeah.
you to live your own experiences. It's like my gameplay and your gameplay would never be like exactly the same, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
So
So it's funny how many other games I played que son una porquería, and somehow I got hooked, immersed in it,
Yes.
ridiculously into it.
I mean,
So I'm hoping if it's not good, at least I feel like it's good today.
Yeah, if we're satisfied with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying around in the rocket, yeah, that's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Shooting people, and when it comes to talking about to Starfield, I was looking at the trailer and the shooting. It looks satisfying,
It does.
right? Because I basically guessing they make the games and the shooting is so it looks so crappy,
Yeah.
so unsatisfying. This one feels good.
Yes. I'm hoping it.
It looks,
Yeah.
I hope it feels good, but I think it looks like it's gonna feel good. The shooting part.
Yeah. It looks good. I was impressed. I didn't think it was gonna have that part of it. I thought it was more exploration
Right?
and like that's it. And then they showed like the pirates. I'm like, whoa, you get to shoot people here too. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and going back to, I guess, deeper, but it's like that's how it should be. It's gonna be, right? If we
Yes.
have go to space, we're gonna do the same shit we do here. We're gonna do it over there.
Exactly. That's it. That's the thing that
That
It's
is
gonna be
it's a
true.
deep
pirates,
thought though,
criminals. Yeah,
because you think like you look at the moon and you're like, wow, so majestic, so awesome, right? Like so beautiful. And then you imagine people on it, and then you know that how the world is here, the same thing's gonna happen everywhere we go.
yeah,
And you kind of feel like the feeling might be lost a little bit, right? The same feeling you have right now as to how you look at
yeah,
the moon or you look at the space. Um, I don't know. Like it's something like once you go through that
it'll,
thought, it goes deep.
it'll normalize it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll feel like more like is it going to be tainted? The love for it, the feel of it, you know? Um,
yeah.
but yeah, that's what we do.
I say it wouldn't, right? Because unlike our oceans,
It's true.
it's like doesn't matter how far you go, you're never gonna reach the other end.
It's true.
There's always ahead. There's always somewhere else to look at.
Yeah,
You can go to Mars, but you can also keep looking forward. There's more.
yeah, it's the exploring aspect
There's a bunch to look. Yeah.
that humans strive for. They love to explore and search for new things.
Yep,
It's true.
yep. And I love how I know people knock on games, yes, on gamers, didn't they? But space games have always been sort of prophetic in that way, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because there's no one else thinking of how the universe will look with us in it, didn't
Hmm.
it? Just people developing games
Exactly.
because they have to interact, create those worlds, how to interact and interlock. So they have to think about that.
Hmm.
So no one else is thinking about it except those people developing games and creating those environments.
That is true.
Yeah, so they become sort of prophetic. You make that thing, and then real life sort of mimics the games, but because they were thinking about it ahead of it.
Exactly.
So, with that, I think we can go to the deep question, right?
Sure, let's go for it.
I mean, it's not that deep. I think we discussed it here, right? But you think we should go to Mars? And as a species, you think we should become a multiplanetary species? Right? Do you think that is our role as humans?
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we kind of touched upon it.
Yeah, we
So
talked about it a lot.
um yeah, what do you guys think? I kind of already talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we did, but I think it's inevitable, right? I think we always looked ahead.
We always look ahead.
I think by nature we're explorers.
Yes.
Human nature is to explore, to look for things,
Hmm. I think in
and
any
that's how
way,
we evolved.
even if it's not in a scientific way, people that don't believe a lot about the science behind
I believe in
everything. I believe
science.
in science. Uh, behind all this, like even if you're not and you don't believe in anything science related, you do question everything and you do look for answers, and even if it's not in science, in other things. Uh,
Yeah,
so it's a human nature of exploring, and even if it's not in a scientific way, more of a spiritual way, in any kind of way, you're searching for something and you're exploring it. Um, so it's a human nature to explore, to seek something new and adapt to new things.
yeah. Try different things.
Try
Yeah,
different
that's
things.
who we are.
Gotta figure everything out and find an answer for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're perfect problem solvers. I mean, not the best all the time, but
Yeah.
we definitely go for it.
Yep.
So I think it's very natural for us to become a multiplanetary
I think
species.
it's already in the process. It's in the making. It's just let's see
Yeah,
how well it develops and hoping that it goes well in a good positive way.
yeah. Now, I may be going too deep aquí, entiende?
Hmm.
But how do you think we can interact with our other humans and other planets? Because we are extremely tribal
Yes.
still. In Haki countries, essentially we're tribes fighting each
Hmm.
other. Yes, once we become Mars and then Earth, we can be probably gonna become tribal too,
It's
right?
gonna happen.
Ah, you guys are from Earth. Ah,
Yeah.
ha, ha, ha. You guys are from Mars.
Yes.
But then maybe people on Earth might be more united. Maybe.
Most likely, yeah. Well, most likely to go to war with Mars, I guess.
It can happen.
That's when they'll unite.
It can.
That's a really good show out there. I think it's The Expanse. Have you guys seen that one?
I don't think
I've
so.
heard great things about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear it's like really, really good at characterizing as the difference between the
Hmm.
humans. I think there's humans on Earth, humans on Mars, and humans on the asteroid belt. And there's sort of like conflict between all of them.
Oh wow.
So I think
I didn't
that's
know that. I didn't even know that existed.
The show sounds familiar, but I can't
It's
quite
on
recall it.
Prime, I think. I just checked.
yeah, The Expanse. Yeah, Darfur also wants to see it. Yeah, me too. I haven't had a chance to see
I
it,
need.
but I think it's everybody I talk to always gives me like that's a great
Oh
show.
really? Okay. I need to watch it then. Anything
So I
space
might,
related,
yeah.
I tend to watch.
Oh yes,
I think another one that anything, right? I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, of Star Trek,
yes,
um, Battlestar Galactica. It's a great show.
yeah.
Never seen that one.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. We know that one. But there's one also like more on the, you know, away from more realistic or kind of. I think there's one that keep being mentioned, which is Firefly. I have never watched it. Um,
Ooh, Firefly.
it's
Yeah, but it got canceled early on. So
oh yeah. Well, they keep saying
yes,
people keep telling me like watch it, even though it did. Like they have like a movie after or
it
something.
did like Lost in Space.
Oh, Lost in Space. Great.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Darfur said you guys like the Lost in Space.
I
Love
did
it.
really like it. Yeah,
Love it too.
Yes.
It's not over yet, right? It's still going.
I think it did.
No,
No, I think it's still
it did.
going.
Still going.
I think.
I don't.
Google time.
I think it's
I
another
thought it
season.
ended. I mean, they made it like where they could continue, but I had assumed it had ended.
That's true. They already reached their point. So, yeah, that's true. Anyway, I love that show too. And Firefly Serenity are amazing.
Oh yes, I have to watch it. People keep saying it. I have to watch it. I am.
Is
Yep.
that the movie?
Serenity
see
is
that.
the movie, I think.
We saw the movie, right?
Yeah.
He yelled a little bit there. You what? I have to watch it.
No, but yeah, Firefly Serenity. I think I saw the movie. Great movie. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
But I love those movies que son un poquito más deep también.
I do.
So that's why I like Star Trek. Right? I know I like to
I do like such.
because it's deeper.
It's deeper.
Right? It puts you in a place como que what would I do? Entiende? If that
It's
happens.
more of a mix.
How do we interact with other species?
Yes.
How do we do this? What is our role? What is their role?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars is un poquito más.
It's more of a.
I
If
feel
we
a
had to
little more.
put it in the same
Fast.
page, I would say that Star Trek would be like a different timelines, and way before Star Wars. Star Wars, everybody's already working together, living together.
Yeah.
Star Trek is still like at that point we're still becoming
Discovering.
Discovering and exploring. Yeah.
So I love anything related.
Everything
to space.
related to
I think it's
space.
so
It's
interesting.
amazing.
Yeah, I think it's natural. We're gonna go to space. That's it. That's where we belong.
Yep. All right, guys. I think we can wrap this up.
Technically, we are in space.
We are in space.
We are
We're
in
part of
space. Look at
space.
that, Lily. Going even deeper.
We want all knowledge.
Yes.
Everything. All right, guys.
All right.
So
All
let's start
right.
wrapping up. So
Yep.
thank you guys for joining us. Again, you guys are amazing. Sorry for Catalor de Pizza. Always there and the best.
Yes.
I know Salty Lou was around there somewhere too, so thank you. And yeah, guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And you can find this podcast up tomorrow on Spotify and YouTube. So thank you again, and see you next weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya. Thank
See
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.